Hello and welcome to Sandalwood Spotlight. This is the podcast where we discuss everything happening in the Kannada film industry. I'm one of your hosts, Navya.
And I'm your other host, Jnana.
And I think we have a disclaimer.
Yes, so disclaimer is don't attack us for our accents. We don't have control over them. We were just raised outside of India, hence we have foreign sounding accents, and I know a lot of creators get backlash that it's fake, want to be American, but it's what we were raised as, and there's not anything we can change about it. And also don't attack us for our pronunciations on words. We're trying our hardest.
Yeah.
Please forgive us.
Unfortunately, we were dragged to these countries against our will, and so we developed those accents. We didn't really have a choice in the matter. Let's get started on our first segment, news from Sandalwood. The first thing is the movie Satya, Son of Harish Chandra, and this is a movie by Anup Bandari, and I think I'm really excited for this film.
Yeah, I think Anup Bandari, he brings in different aspects when he comes in with fresh ideas in his directions, as we've seen in Dangita Ranga, Vikrant Rona. Can't remember, there was this other film he did, but every time it's different and fresh, but also I really like the way he writes characters. I feel like that's what makes his films so good.
And the music in his movies are also very interesting. I feel like it's not the usual carbon copy of other songs we hear in the Sandalwood industry.
It's not very mass. It's more like the tunes are very catchy and soothing.
The next movie is KTM. Now, this is really making waves in the Kannada industry. I've been seeing a whole bunch of reviews, and people seem to really be liking this movie.
Yeah, I've heard that it's doing well. Was not released near me, so I haven't had a chance to go watch it. But are we surprised? No, we're not.
And it's starring Dikshit Shetty, who seems so cool. I'm excited to see his future in the Kannada industry.
Yes, I'm so excited for the Kannada industry to grow a younger generation of actors. Because the older generation, like the current generation, they have such a tight bond with one another, and they've just got this essence that in the Kannada industry. But I'm just worried they're getting too old, and then it'll get to a point where we don't have any actors left. So hopefully this young generation can establish themselves and be the future of the Kannada film industry. And
exactly,
is very cute. So
yes.
So
among the young generation, we have Dikshit, and then we have the two Rajkumar grandchildren. Who else do we have? I feel like those are the three big ones that might be coming up.
There's he had a film released recently called Kaiva. Starts with a D. I could not remember his name. But he's done a few films.
Oh no, there's 4 Rajkumar grandkids.
Yes, Dhanya Ramkumar. Like she is so beautiful and has so much potential in the industries. So I'm very excited to see her in more films. Because I really liked her debut film. It was fresh.
And then we have Dhiren, who's her brother.
Yes. Has he done any films?
He's coming up. Same with his cousin.
Alright. And then Yuva from Yuva Rajkumar's film. No. Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna be his first film.
Is coming next month, I believe.
They released a song
this month.
Yeah, and he seems to be a good dancer, so that'll be fun to see.
I mean, the genes are in his family. Dancing, everything is in his family.
Yeah.
Then there's Dhanveer Gowda, who I've seen in a few films. He's like, I've seen the movie By True Love with Sri Leela. I think that was Sri Leela's debut. I cannot remember. But it was a really cute little rom-com vibe movie. And then he just had a movie released called Kaiva, which I haven't had a chance to watch yet, but I'm probably going to get to it soon. It's on the streaming platforms now.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that movie as well.
So he's in that younger category kind of actors. But then you have your Shetty trio, who are like they're older, but not like the old generation, but they're older, more experienced, but still very active in the industry.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of young talent to look forward to, so that's great news.
Nepo kids. Where are the Nepo kids?
Well, we had Malashri's daughter, whose daughter? Oh yeah, yes. So they're up and coming. I think they're probably still all a little too young.
Jay Jagdish debuted his 3 daughters in a movie that I watched, but I haven't seen them since.
Yeah, that's true.
Shruti's daughter is gorgeous. I wonder if she's going to work in any film.
I hope so.
I think she might have played a role in Veda starring Shivarajkumar.
Okay.
Who else?
Ravi Chandran has like 2 sons, which I think he's like launched, but they weren't too successful. But I heard that he's gonna relaunch them again in Prema Loka too, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I did watch one of the films. It was it was a really average like storyline.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really supporting them. You know, that's really important. Like the movie has to be engaging. Who else? I thought there'd be way more Nepo babies by now. Amrish has done a few films, but then he's got to sort of settle back for now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I really hope newcomers get chances in the industry, and it's not just nepotism, because obviously there's so much talent out there that just has to be.
That's true.
You know, discovered.
Very, very true. Well, speaking of new talent, Darshan and Prem have a movie coming out.
Well, isn't that interesting? I mean, it's interesting because it's their first time in 20 years working together. After I can't remember what movie it was, but it did really well at the box office.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing about Prem and Darshan. Both of them bring in their fans. Those fans are very committed to both of these men, so we know this will be a blockbuster at the least.
Yes, they have massive fan bases. I know it's going to be a mass action, thriller, bit of romance, bit of music. They like to throw in a bit of comedy.
Yeah, a mom.
And it's going to be mom focused. He's always got that mother character trope into it. That's just his signature. We're going to see that. Then we're going to see Darshan's like Marcy, like fan base scenes. And as much as I am not a fan of it, I just know in the theaters, if I was there, I would be living for the mask.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm screaming, hooting, whistling, like I'm there. But sometimes I'd be thinking, I'm like, Prem is directing a film with Darshan, but Darshan used to act with his wife.
Yeah.
When they were like the it couple, there was a lot of like speculation and rumors. So I was like, do they ever like laugh at all these rumors and like, you know, what are these celebrities be doing in their spare time?
I don't know, girl. I don't know.
Like reading all the about me.
Well, we know what Yash and Radhika do in their spare time. Apparently, they go to local stores and eat ice cream. This was, for some reason, the biggest news this week.
I think that's just because the Kannada film industry is lacking any sort of tea, any sort of anything going on. So they found something and they just stuck with it.
Yeah.
Iconic, Radhika's iconic. They have never really let the fame get to them. As in, doesn't matter how big of a house they live in, whatever they're doing, they will always acknowledge their roots, their upcomings, where they're from. And Yash isn't afraid to get onto the streets. He's not afraid to get his hands dirty.
Very true.
He was in politics. He was, there was a big, something happened, like a crisis, and he was there, frontline, helping. And then if he wants to take a stroll and go to the local shops, he's gonna do it.
He will.
Like, he's not afraid. He could have just
with Radhika in tow,
like to just order ice cream. He could have had his personal, assistant go collect it for them. No, they're not afraid. And I love that. I love how humble and down to earth they keep it all the time, anytime, every interview. They never show that. It gets to their head. Yeah,
absolutely. And that's why on this podcast we're Radhika and Yash forever. We stand them so hard.
Yeah, we're a bit biased. But to be fair, in the Kannada film industry, I don't think there's a lot of actors who are, I would say, super egotistical or just like
Agreed.
have that sort of mindset that they're
Yeah.
famous. I think they all are pretty humble. Like the Rajkumar family always goes by Abhimani Gale Namma Devru, which is amazing. And just like all the actors seem pretty appreciative of their fan bases,
exactly,
and their support on multiple occasions, which makes us like them more because we're like, oh, we feel, you know, that we're supporting a good person. For most actors, at least.
Exactly, and I'm definitely thankful for that. One actor who's been around in the Sandalwood industry for a very long time is Shivarajkumar Kumar, who just celebrated 38 years of Anand, which is crazy. Because he's been in the industry for almost 4 decades now.
That's insane. That's something of a lifetime.
Yeah,
Still going. I just watched a recent video song for his upcoming film with Prabhudeva, and that man can dance like no tomorrow. But my mom was telling me, because I was telling her about how I saw this thing, the Anand's 38th years, was his debut, and she was like, when that film came out, that was like that like poofy hairstyle was like a big trend, and every man was in the streets with that puffy head when he was famous for it, which we got to see off in Ghost, his recent film. He had like shown it. It was like a throwback sort of thing, and I was like, damn, he's iconic.
Nobody tell my mama because he's gonna be embarrassed by this, but my mama had the same exact haircut going too.
I think it's just like a universal thing. You have to you just have to. If you live during that time period, you have to experience it because it is the it hairstyle
for sure.
He was
Sorry, what?
Oh, he was such an icon. Actually, before we move on from Shivarajkumar, this morning in the car, I decided to just put on like some older like song mixes because sometimes I get carried away. I listen to a lot of like new songs, Tamil, blah 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 blah, Hindi. I was like, throw back a bit of classic, and a song from Om started playing.
Wow!
And I'm just like, I have to rewatch Om. Upendra directing a film for Shivarajkumar, which became the biggest like hit iconic song movie ever, and like it's just so iconic, like that film. I have to rewatch it. I have to, because that's what gave me like goosebumps. I was like, ooh, I just forgot about it.
Maybe you will rewatch it and do a mini review for us.
We should. Oh, actually, that'd be great. I will do it. Oh, yes, especially because it's Upendra's direction, and we know that man has ideas.
We've been obsessing over him recently, so that'll be perfect.
Yes.
Yajamana the movie is also celebrating 25 years. I was like in the 2nd grade when this movie came out, and to think a movie that I saw in my lifetime is 25 years old makes me feel like a dinosaur, quite frankly.
But Yajamana was Vishnuvarthan just. His films are so family friendly, like you know, they're just so wholesome, family friendly, all that. And I just like Makkala saying that there's so many films that just are so family oriented, and he can pull that character so well. That Yajamana character pretty much.
Yeah, he did so good, and I think. I don't know, was Yajamana a remake or was it the original, I wonder? Because I know there's also the same movie in Telugu and Tamil and Malayalam and all that stuff.
Let me see. There's a 2019 Yajamana starring Darshan, but that's obviously...
That's not it. That's not what we're celebrating.
It's a remake of the Tamil film.
Okay. Yeah, because I've heard all those songs, because all the songs in those movies are so good. I've heard like different versions of them, and I was always curious.
Is that the song that's like Mysore Mallige? Oh, Mysore Vile Dele.
Yeah.
That song's like real, and I had like the Telugu version, the Tamil version, and I was like,
that's one of them. All the songs in that movie are just so good, and it has such an outstanding cast. Like, because we have Prema, and obviously Vishnuvardhan, and a whole bunch of people I'm forgetting, but I promise it's an iconic cast.
No, I mean, it was such a good cast because it had Shashi Kumar.
Yes, him too.
I adore Shashi Kumar, Ramesh Bhatt, Avinash, obviously.
Yeah.
Pavitra Lokesh, Shobraj. Just like all the iconic actors. Yeah. I thought there was more than that. I thought there was
more
in that.
people, or
Yeah, I thought there was more people.
I mean, it's a huge cast because like
Yes,
the movie goes through like 3 generations of the family, so it's a big cast.
That's true.
Yeah. And finally, Ugram is celebrating 10 years. Oh my god, I remember when that movie came out. Watching that trailer just got me so excited. Because at that point, we didn't have KGF or some of these other Kannada movies that we have today. And so Ugram was just so unique. And I still remember how excited I was to see that movie.
Yeah, of course, like Ugram, like it was so fresh and new in that time frame, like 2014. The fact that it was remade in 2024 as Salar, like, is like just showing that how good the storyline was. But Ugram was an Australian
Did you watch the Anushree interview with the guys?
I haven't had a chance yet.
It's so good. It's so good.
Media for Ugram. I was having a look into it. Fun fact: so Ugram completed 125 days in theaters, and then a title sequel, Ugram Viram, was announced by Sri Murli in 2014, but then it was shelved off, because Prashant Nil wanted to start on KGF.
Oh.
However, in audio, I believe that's the language, it was remade as Agastya, like the sequel to Ugram, and did well there.
I love Agastya, the name, so much because of this movie. I wanted to name my firstborn son that. However, this time when I went back to India, everyone and their son was naming their kids Agastya. And girl, I'm so pissed. I can't even tell you.
They stole your baby names. No.
I know. But
that brings up my question. If Ugram, the sequel, was supposed to come out and didn't, is that what Salar Part 2 is?
Probably.
Because I didn't watch Salar.
Me either.
But my dad did, and he wasn't really a fan, but he doesn't really like the real action-y type films anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. But Haripriya and Sri Murli was such a good cast.
Oh, they were so good. The only issue I have with that movie is Haripriya's accent. She's supposed to be from Australia. She's supposed to sound like you, but no way does she sound like you.
I need to rewatch this film. I don't remember her.
She grew up in Sydney.
Oh, no. Stop.
Yes. And there's this one scene which I just love so much. So she wants to do something romantic for Agastya because she's like interested in him, right? And so they have a candlelight dinner, and she's like, in my country, we like sit and have dinner by the candlelight. And he's like, why? To save electricity?
He's so real for that. He's so real for that. Oh wait.
Oh my god.
Ravi Kapoor is the sound composer. Of course he is.
Mm-hmm.
That was so good.
I believe that was his first movie.
Yeah, and this movie paved the way for Prashant Nil's next film, KGF, put him on the map.
Yeah.
I mean, it is convenient that Sri Murli and him are related, but
yes. Apparently,
that is so good.
You'll learn this when you watch the Anushree interview, but apparently Sri Murli was dating his Prashant Nil's sister at the time. So they weren't even married yet. They got married later.
Damn.
Yeah.
This film is dubbed in Hindi as Main Hoon Fighter Badash.
That's so silly. Just call it Ugram because it's so good.
Ugram's such a baddie name.
Yeah. It's so good.
I wish we got a part 2 with starring Murli though.
I know.
I wonder how Murli feels about them remaking it with Prabhas.
I mean, he's such a nice and sweet guy. He probably I don't know what he actually thinks, but if he's done an interview, he probably said I support it or whatever.
I mean, speaking of nepotism, I think we forget that Murli and Vijay Raghavendra are literally related to the Rajkumar family. So they are also, like, I just love how the Nepo's kids in the Kannada film industry are just so, it's wholesome. It's like they're a big family. It's not like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's because they've all had to struggle. When you, again, watch that interview with Anushree, Sri Murli talks about how he had, like, a 5 to 10 year struggle before Ugram and, like, the previous movie that he did where it was super successful. He had, like, 10 flops in between or something. So, you know, I'm sure that'll humble you real quick.
That, yeah, of course it will. And the criticism, that must be crazy. A big props to the people who work in the spotlight, because the criticism they get from so many people is crazy.
Yeah.
But also, another fun fact, Ugram was actually filmed in the dumps of Kolar goldfields.
Yeah.
So it was actually filmed at KGF.
Yeah. Which makes sense now.
That is so cute.
And sorry?
I was like, oh, that's so cute.
And finally, Jackie is re-releasing on March 17th. I had the crazy thought that maybe I should go to India, but that's ridiculous, just to go see a movie.
I mean, honestly, if I had the funds, I'd do it. Just to live through it.
I know!
I would actually just go, just to live the moment. I went, like, Jackie was the first ever Kannada film that was released in theaters in, like, Brisbane, Australia, where I live.
Oh, wow.
That's where I remember going to cinemas to watch a Kannada film for the first time. I'm sure there might have been, like, previous ones, or, like, low-key ones, but it was the first time I went to the cinemas to watch Kannada film. And let me tell you, I was obsessed, and they all gave us a CD on the way out as the song jukebox, like, soundtrack. And that was, like, pre-USB in the car days. And we would listen to the CD every single trip on repeat. The full Jackie soundtrack, the Jackie theme song, Rani, I really love that song.
Yeah. So good. All the songs in that movie are so good.
I was obsessed. What was the song? You know what I thought? Oh, you know what I thought is so funny. Like, I love it.
Anyways, so if you guys are gonna see the movie, we're very jealous of you. Know that. You have two NRI girls who are so jealous.
We want to be you so bad.
Yes, we do.
We want to hear from you. Please show us, send us photos, videos. The hype is gonna go crazy. I literally just posted a reel this morning on Instagram at the RCB game at Chinnaswamy Stadium, and they were playing Rajkumar song, like, from the movie Rajkumar, that's like Nine Rajkumara.
Yeah, that song.
And, like, the goosebumps was crazy.
Yeah, that song is just so good, girl. So good.
The way they just all unite over Appu.
Yeah.
He has that, like, I don't know, man. He might have even left a bigger legacy than his dad.
Yeah, probably. And I think it's because we grew up with him. Like, you know, if you watch all the movies he's been in, we saw him as a baby and then, like, as a little kid, kind of as a teenager, and then, like, as a young adult, and then through his 40s. So, like, he's kind of all of our sons.
And that's true. And, like, our parents, it was Rajkumar, but for us, it's Appu. But, actually, I have a story time. So, when Appu was filming Rajkumar, the film, he was filming in Australia. And one day, my mom's friend messages her, and she's like, oh, I was out for a walk, look who I ran into. She ran into Punit Rajkumar on her walk. He was staying in her estate while they were filming near the Gold Coast, which is like, it's like this vibe, which is like an hour from us. It's like the holiday.
Oh my god!
And they were filming all through Australia. They did, like, Sydney, Melbourne, Brizzy, like, all of that, right? And then the next day, we were gonna go and see him because, like, we could go to the sets. So, but we, like, literally, he had she ran into him on his last day there.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
We have family friends who went, and there's photos. They took photos with him. He was so nice. Like, one of the people that my dad knows literally drove him around and stuff. But my dad and him weren't close at the time, but they're closer now. And he was showing my dad photos, literally just drove him around. Like, he was the most humble person ever. All our family friends that met him were like, he was amazing to us, so sweet to us. Like, I was like, that should be me. Bro, I cried myself to sleep that night.
I would have too.
I think I was in, like 13 when this happened. I was like, oh my god, how did I miss? He was an hour from my house. That's was like
crazy. I would have been so upset.
And then we found out way too late, and everyone that met him was like, he was the sweetest person. I was like, that should be me. That should be me. but I'll never get to meet him again, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
anyways,
sorry. I mean, yeah.
not
It's
rant, but
sad.
yeah, it's just like so close, and then
Yeah.
you miss out. But yeah, cannot believe it.
All right, let's move on to our major topic of the show. We're going to be discussing the biggest heartbreak movies in the Kannada industry. Because, we're all about love on this podcast. We love love.
Yay! We're not 40, no.
No, not at all. The first movie is Mina, and this is actually 11 years old this year. That's crazy.
It is crazy. Mine, yeah.
Go ahead.
You recently rewatched mine, so you start us off.
Yeah. As you mentioned, you had cried through this whole movie, and I am heartless because there were no tears shed. And I thought this movie was okay. The highlight of this movie was really Nitya for me.
Oh yeah, Nitya is amazing actress, and I was watching her interview with Anushree where she mentioned that kind of the film industry didn't give her chances. That's why she moved into like Malayalam, where she hit it off big, and then they moved into Telugu, not Telugu, sorry, Tamil, and then obviously she's done a few Kannada films. We've seen her with Sudeep and all that, but it just sucks that we missed out on such a big actress and so much potential just because the industry turned her down. But yeah, Nitya is just, she redesigns the idea of like a film heroine trope into just the girl next door lovable character trope. And that's why I love.
She's such a breath of fresh air in this movie. I know it's supposed to be a heartbreak movie, but honestly, the thing I take away from this movie is just how warm she is as a person. It seems like, I don't know, like, oh man, I just fell in love with her in this movie.
Yeah, wholesome, cute.
Yeah.
She has that, like, she just draws you to the screen, and I love that. But yeah, I will not forgive Mina for breaking my heart.
Yeah, the ending is pretty sad.
I was literally like sobbing. I was like, they didn't deserve this. She's going through so much.
Yeah,
they don't deserve this.
I mean,
but yeah,
it's Satya's fault. If he had just let it be, none of this would have happened, and Mina could have continued to live her amazing life.
That's true. I did like the pairing between the two, Chandan and Nitya Menon, not Chandan, Chetan Kumar and Nitya Menon. But yeah, he should have left her alone.
Yeah, I think so.
He's the reason they died. Period.
Just like any other man, he just ruins everything. Like, men just ruin stuff. No,
that's a bit controversial, isn't it?
No, I'm kidding, but yeah. He should just let it be and she would have been happy with her life.
But yeah, that has to be one of,
Yeah.
It's definitely up there. I know there's a lot more heartbreak movies out there. These are just some that really connect to us. And if you have more, comment below and we can discuss it.
Yeah, absolutely. The next is Amritadali, and this is the first Kannada movie that I saw in the United States that I remember. And I remember seeing the trailer or the poster of this movie and thinking, wow, these people are so modern.
Yes, you did mention this, how like you only grew up watching Rajkumar films and then you finally saw like a current time film and then you're like, oh damn.
Yeah.
Damn, 2000s baddies.
Yeah. Both Ramya and Dan were good in this movie. But it definitely doesn't hold up. Like, if you were to rewatch it now, I don't think people would like it as much as I did when I first saw it.
Yeah. I think that just goes with like growth, change. The way people think is different now. At the time of its release, it was obviously a big deal. That sort of like storyline was, normally the 2000s films, they all follow the hero falls in love with the heroine. There's like an obstacle in the way. There's fighting. There's drama. But this starts off with a married couple, and then it's like sort of a reverse. It's a new trope. So it would have been different and revolutionary at the time. But yeah, looking back on it, you're probably just, it's like rage bait.
Yeah, it does have a sad ending. Spoiler alert, like, she dies at the Taj Mahal because of her cancer. So that was quite an ending.
I think, just death endings are just sad in general, like.
Yeah.
But Yeah. Actually, there's one heartbreak film we haven't put on there, but
Mhm.
let's be real. We can consider this as a heartbreak film.
What is
Charlie
it?
777. Like,
Oh yeah.
I left the theater sobbing. I went to the
Oh.
movies to watch it, and it was more sad than any other heartbreak film I watched. Because damn, like Rakshit Shetty's character like developed so much because of that pet. He became the person he was
Uh-huh.
because of his dog, and then yeah, they just gave the dog cancer and killed it, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
cool,
I mean,
cool.
those are probably a lot easier to relate to because, everyone basically has a pet, so.
Yeah, and I took my Aussie friend to watch it, and she was sobbing.
Yeah.
She's like,
Oh.
they didn't have to kill the dog. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was really sad. But I think that's definitely in that heartbreak genre because hearts are getting broken.
Yeah. There's another one that you also recently saw, and Swati Muthu Malehanie. So sad.
Yes, Swati
Oh
Muthu
my god.
Malehanie here.
Mhm.
I had been off-putting watching that film. Like every time I would go to pick a film, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it looks kind of sad.
It,
It
it
looks.
is sad.
And me and Mum were like, yeah, fine, we'll put it on. And it's a really short film. It's only like an
Yeah.
hour and
Mm-hmm.
30, 40 minutes. So I was like, oh, okay. It's just gonna be a cute little watch. And it follows the story of it's starring Rajbi Shetty
Mm-hmm.
and the actress, I can't remember her name, but
Siri Ravi Kumar.
yes, her. But she's in a few other Kannada films
Mm-hmm.
where she's a counselor and works at a terminal illness center. So every day she's looking after these patients who are gonna end up passing away. Like they don't really have a way out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in her home life, she's struggling. She finds out her husband's having an affair,
Yeah.
and where she meets a patient who is Rajbi Shetty, who brings a lot of joy into her life for a really short amount of time. And you
Yeah.
see that character growth where she sort of overcomes that there's more there for her than what she's putting up with,
Yeah.
and gives her the courage to leave her husband pretty much towards the end. But they share a lot of sweet memories together, and obviously he is terminally ill,
Yeah.
and at the end he passes
Yeah.
away, which was obvious. There's no way of avoiding that, but it was just, you get so involved in the characters and you feel for them, and you feel so happy when they feel happy. And
Yeah.
I was like kind of sad. I was like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, the beginning of the movie, just watching her go through her day-to-day life being disconnected with everything around her. Like, at the beginning of the movie, you see her talking to patients, and these patients are, like, talking about death, and she's just like, okay, this is, like, normal. Like, she just goes about it. That made me really sad. I was like,
Yes,
oh my god.
yes. And the symbolism of her wearing grays and, like,
Yeah.
boring colored saris to, like,
Yes.
vibrant color saris. I was like, that character growth and, like, that symbolism is so beautiful.
Yeah, that movie really hurts because it starts off sad and you're like, okay, fine, I can live with this. Then it gives you hope, and then it just crashes down.
Exactly, it plays with your feelings.
Yeah,
but another. Continue.
But it's so good. Like I cannot recommend that movie highly enough to people.
Yes, it's so overrated, but not overrated, overlooked. But let's be real, everything that Rajbi Shetty does is pretty good. Like he puts his soul and heart into his efforts into like his production.
Yeah.
Another film that is sort of overlooked at the moment, or like recently, was Ganesha's Banadariyalli. Like I personally really liked it. Like even though it has its flaws, for Ganesh, we know his films sort of follow a particular theme, and there aren't big mass thrillers or anything, but they're just like heartwarming entertainer style family, like you can watch with the family drama. And he has a really amazing fan base. But Banadariyalli, I wasn't expecting it, and it's different. Like the main character, she wants to go to Kenya, and then they kill her off.
Yeah.
Him and her father, or who would have been her father-in-law, have to resolve their conflict, and they end up bonding over the love they had for Rukmini Vasant. And it's just really sad. You see like the heartbreak of a father and daughter relationship, and then you see like the fiance and lover relationship, and them just bonding over that and overcoming this big grief that they've both experienced but just haven't processed. It was really heartbreaking. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I have not seen that movie yet, but I haven't finished it. I started but didn't finish it, so now I don't know if I want to.
I mean, it's spoiled for you, so you kind of know what's going on with the big twist and everything.
But one heartbreak movie that we can keep coming back to is Mungaramale. Like, I just rewatched that again. And
of course.
Like, it's only like the last like 10 minutes that are really sad. Like, the rest of the movie is just so good and so funny.
I think it's not really a heartbreak film, but more of like a love failure / non-happy ending film that people just, when at the time it was released, people just weren't familiar with that sort of trope. And then definitely I think we're like, you know how we cycle through phases, you go from like mass films to action suspense, and then there's heartbreak. I think we're going back into the heartbreak tropes because recent films like Saptasagar Achello, Baradari, they all resemble that trope. So I think we are cycling back into that trope at the moment.
And I love heartbreak films because I think you can like really like the characters get explored more when it's a heartbreak movie versus like a mass movie or like a romance movie.
Yeah, I think there's so much more depth to heartbreak films. It's more character based and not anything else. You focus on the story and the character. Obviously we can't not mention Saptasagar Achello. It did very well last year, part A and B, or side A and side B. But side B was not what I was expecting. But the ending really broke me. I was sobbing, and you just get so invested in the characters. So
for sure. Any other heartbreak movies?
Not I can think of on the top of my head, but I know there's heaps out there. And everyone has their own personal favorite.
There's Dunya. Do you remember that one? That one's
of course I remember.
Oh Dunya. God. Oh my God.
Dunya Vijay is iconic for Dunya.
That one was that's also one of my favorite ones. Cause like that was also another movie where you like start off with no hope, and then there's like hope, and you think, oh, they're gonna be happy, and then crash.
I was like traumatized from Chalavina Chittara. I thought Ganesha actually ended up like going crazy.
Yeah.
Like, as a kid, I fully believed it.
Oh gosh. Oh.
I think the ones where you think that they're gonna have hope and they don't are the worst type of heartbreak.
Yeah. Yeah, those always get me because I'm never really prepared. Let's move on to our next segment, looking forward. Well, this is not going to happen anymore, but you're not going to be able to see Vinay's new movie.
No, like literally, there's like a cinema franchise here that brings like most Indian films. And I go on the app and I refresh it, and I saw one that said La Prema Kate was on there. I was like, yes, they're gonna announce dates soon, and I can go watch it in theaters. It's really odd that we get a lot of Kannada films. We get a lot more Malayalam films, Tamil films, Telugu films, Hindi films. Yeah, basically every other film industry that's not Kannada. And I got really excited. Not that we've never had Kannada films, we definitely have. But then I went and checked the dates and times, and it's not releasing in a single theater near me. They're all in other cities around Australia, and I was like, no, I was so excited.
Yeah. It looks like we're not getting it either. I'm looking too. I was so excited that Australia was at least getting it. I was like, okay, the US has to get it. Nope. And I DM'd them, and they didn't respond. So, Vinay, I'm kind of mad at you.
You can't be DMing Vinay like that. He has bigger things to do.
Sure, I can. I'm trying to make him money, okay? But there's a movie that's actually going to be released internationally. You know Raga Naragu?
No.
You do know him. Hold on. Maybe I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Hold on.
Raga Naragu.
Yeah, that's him. Yes, him. Yes. His new movie, Shikari?
Shikara, yes. I really want to watch that.
So it's releasing in Denmark, so I had to DM that team because I was like, I'm gonna get down to the bottom of it.
Denmark is gonna get Kannada film before Australia and the States. What's going on?
But here's the deal. They said we're getting a US release. I should have asked them about Australia. You DM their team and ask, but we're getting it in the US apparently, so I'm excited.
When is Rajkumar's film coming out?
Soon. I keep seeing ads for it.
Because I feel like that would come because it's a Hombale Films production.
March 29th. But we didn't get Vinay's. Is that not Hombale?
No, I don't think Vinay's is.
What is there? What is his? Let's see.
So far, it's not on the thing. In the coming soon category. But I'm holding out hope because it's Hombale. Normally Hombale we do get because they're pretty big.
Let's see, I'm going onto their website. Did you check their website?
Who? Sorry?
The Hombale Films website. Did you check it?
No, actually I haven't.
Oh, they're still...
I think the most full theatre I went to for a Kannada film here was KGF.
Let's see. Yeah, US coming out the 29th, and it is Hombale, so we'll see. We'll see. What?
They don't have a website. Am I tripping?
They do. I was just on it. Right now they're advertising Solar because that's their big release.
Yeah. Am I tripping, or was Hombale Films not owned by the Rajkumar family?
I don't think it is because I think they have PRK, which is playing with Rajkumar.
Oh, Richard Anthony's coming. That's starring Rakshit Shetty.
Oh, that's his new film?
Yeah.
When's it releasing?
I don't know, but it's on their page. It's like coming soon.
Oh, no way.
They have merchandise on here?
Stop it. What? No, wait, why did you not see that? Oh my god. How much do you think shipping is?
Solar. No, I don't want Solar. Give me Yash. Give me Yash. It's all Solar. Merch. I don't want Dollar.
Where are you seeing merch? Oh, fan corner? Oh no, you want merch? Are you on merchandise?
There's no wait. None of the merch is yes. Oh my god, why did I not know Nindindale was a Hombale Productions?
Looks like that was their first film.
I forgot Yuvaratna existed. I went to watch it in cinemas here.
Oh yeah. Dang, okay, so maybe... Okay, so we have to remember when Yuva comes out, we need to check the site for apparel.
Yes.
Hold on, wait. Before we get too excited, let's even see if it ships internationally. Because I've been burned by that before.
Because Rajkumar is the first Hombale Films film I remember watching.
Oh my god. Time. It does ship to the United States. Let me check Australia. Oh, it does ship to Australia. Stop it. Okay.
Yes.
This is great. Both of us have been looking for merch, Kannada movie merch, so it's good to know that Hombale does it too. If they do it, I'm wondering if the other...
What on KGF merch? No!
I wonder if the other productions company do it as well. Let me check the PRK site. PRK Productions.
Yuvaratna was Hombale, KGF, Salar, Richard Anthony coming soon, Kantara. Oh yeah, Bagheera, that's Murli's next film with Prashant Nil.
What is it about? Do you know?
Let me click on it. It's giving Black Panther vibes. When
it's giving
society
what?
becomes a jungle and only one predator rules for justice.
Stream Murli, the predator.
Have you watched Ugram? It was a Malayalam film, but it was Hombale. I haven't had a chance. Wait, Rock Window Stores was Hombale?
Apparently.
Have you watched that?
No, I didn't. I think my mom saw it.
It's really funny. Watch it. It's on Prime. It's a really short film too.
Okay.
Yuva is coming. Kantara Part 1. Looking forward to that. My dad's a big Kantara fan. Okay. So we will definitely be watching that. a lot more films than I expected by Hombale.
Yeah. I mean, they're a pretty big production company because it's like PRK, it's Hombale. I know Darshan has a D-Boss. Ravichandran probably has his own. Does Sudeep have his own? I feel like that's a missed opportunity.
I don't think he does because I remember for Vikrant Rona, Salman Khan or something like did the Hindi sector. No, Kitcha Creation, he does.
What? What has he done? Just his movies?
No, Kitcha Creations. I'm pretty sure it's a thing.
Hold on, we gotta Google this. Kitcha Creations. Nothing is coming up.
KGF has to be their biggest breakthrough, though.
Oh, I see, but I don't think they have a website. They just have a YouTube channel? Wait. Stop it. Oh, no. Oh, production house. Oh. Okay. Well, did not know this. I will be hitting subscribe. Oh, I have something to tell you. Do you remember how a couple weeks ago when I watched Daredevil Mustafa illegally, one of the actors messaged me and was like, "How are you watching this?" So in that conversation, I was like, "I'm so sorry, I live in the States. I couldn't watch it legally, but once it comes on Amazon Prime in the United States legally, I'll watch it." Guess who messaged me yesterday?
Well, it's actually legally on Prime now.
Yes, guess what's on Amazon? I was like, "No, you remembered me? I'm so embarrassed."
That's so good.
Also, with my American accent, I just want to pronounce Mustafa. Like,
Mustafa.
Anything else you're looking forward to?
Obviously, release of Viewer. Release of KD.
Yes.
Richard Anthony. Kara Taka Damanaka.
Yes.
Obviously,
so
to
many
watch
movies.
One day. But yeah, there's a lot. There's actually a few that I want to watch that are upcoming, which is because I haven't really had. There hasn't been any big ones I've watched this year so far.
Yeah.
That I've been keen to watch.
Qatar. What is that? What's the Darshan movie? Katera. Yes, that's the only big blockbuster that we've had so far this year. Oh, Bachelor Party, but I don't know if that was really.
But I don't know. If
I don't know. Let's Google that. That's a good thing too. No.
Can't believe he actually got the rights for the US Prime because Mustafa has been on Australian Prime.
I reached out to me. I was like, I gotta make sure this girl pays the $2.99.
Oh, is it rent available for rent?
Yes, it's not free.
What?
It's okay. I'm more than happy to pay for movies.
I love the effort though.
Me too. You're my new best friend. He just doesn't know it yet, but he's gonna become my new best friend.
Mustafa's really cute. Is he single?
Sadly, that's not the one that reached out to me.
Oh,
I know, girl. When I first saw this,
and getting Dr. Bro to voice over at the start was genius.
Oh, who? What?
You know Dr. Bro?
No, I don't think so.
He's this Kannada influencer who does he's this really chill local guy, and he does travel vlogs in Kannada, and he went viral for it. He'd literally be in Dubai, and he'll be like, "Namaskara Devru," he's so humble. He's a young guy, 22, 23, and he went viral, and he was the biggest guy influencer all last year, I'd say, in the Kannada sector.
Oh wow!
And he he has a voiceover at the start that's like, Mustafa is new to this school, blah blah, and he just does the intro.
Oh, that's
and the
him.
trailer. That's Dr. Bro's voice, and I was like, I think that's genius because
wow,
Dr. Bro is the it boy,
Yeah.
I think he's taking a break from vlogs at the moment. My friends love his vlogs; they always be watching.
Okay. So we were supposed to get Bachelor Party in February on Amazon Prime, apparently, but I don't see it.
Bachelor Party Kannada OTT.
So
2 days in.
Yeah.
Okay. It's literally says the Kannada film with the budget of 723K, I'm assuming rupees, has only been able to generate a worldwide collection of 225K. Maybe if it released near me, it would make some money.
Oh
Despite
crap,
its
was it so low?
It's done so low though, but it looks so good.
That's crazy because our theater was full when I went and saw that movie.
There's that many Kannada people in your area? There's like 5 in mine.
Mm-hmm. Well, I live in the Bay Area, so
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah. That's so low. That's so depressing.
Well, if it actually released near me or like more places, probably.
Well, that's the end of our show. Thank you everyone for joining us. Bye.
Hope you guys enjoy.